Hello, everyone. Welcome to the hypergamous journey. My name is Denise. So, as you know, I've been dating strategically for 4 years, and I'm dating someone with a lot of promise. But this video isn't about him or us in our dating, but it is about behavior, the behavior of men. So, I met a man, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, and he asked me to go out with him for lunch. And last night, he called and he just started talking about dating and how things have changed since he's been single. I guess he was in a long-term relationship and he's been single for 2 years, and he started to complain about how women do not want to come back to his place or come over while he cooks dinner or whatever for them, and that he's offered that and women have basically said, I don't want to do that, I just met you, and basically whining and complaining. So this man is in his 50s. He may not be, in his 60s, but he's from New York and has a very strong New York accent. And I thought, we're not going out tomorrow, which would be today. So last night he called whining and complaining, and so today we were supposed to go to lunch at 2 o'clock. So needless to say, I haven't heard from him, and I don't expect to, because he's whining and complaining about how women don't want to come back to his home or his he don't even have a house, okay, to his apartment and chill and talk, and that you really can't do that at a restaurant. Well, you can get enough of that, in a 2-hour conversation on a first date. I'm not coming to your house, back to your home or your apartment on the first date. That's asking for trouble. It's not safe, first of all. And, this man, he's belly aching. He can't afford to date. And I'm all about being respectful to people. I'm about being humble. But boy, was it on the tip of my tongue to say, well, you're not ready to date, because this is how it is. Oh, and I asked him, well, how long ago did you date? And he said it's been about 15 years since he dated. So I guess he was in a long-term relationship. And I didn't ask all the questions because really I didn't care. So it's about the behavior. So his behavior conversation was belly aching about spending money on dates. And I could have said, well, women think that if you want to get them back to your apartment, that you just want sex without little effort. But I didn't want to have those conversations with him because he would get defensive, and I'm not invested in the conversation with him. He knows what he's doing, and it was a test for me to see if I would agree to his terms, that I would modify my expectations and behavior to go out with him and return to his place. So he was attempting, I guess, to shame me and make me fall in line with his expectations and his behavior and of what he wanted me to do. And again, I use every opportunity to practice. And so I knew I was not going to have a argument with him about our date and how he wanted me to show up at the date, because I knew I wasn't going to do it. And so I take this behavior of not arguing with men as a behavior that I want to take into my marriage. I'm not going to argue with my husband over foolishness. And I'm not going to argue with him over things that are important. I'm just going to say, I don't want to argue about it. Let's come back to it and walk away. Now, I don't know about you, but I do come from a home where arguing and raising the voice and cussing and profanity was common. And I never felt good around it. And even when I was, dating men and had boyfriends, in air quotes, now I don't believe in that. I still wasn't an arguing, calling name, profanity kind of woman. And when you grow up around that, that becomes your norm. And I'm just not for it. I never was for it. But when you grow up in that kind of environment and you know that that's not what you want, you are labeled the weird one. That's right. You're labeled the weird one or the crazy one because you're not engaging in that kind of behavior of yelling and screaming and cussing and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, but you have to be comfortable in who you are as a woman and realize that if that's not what you want in your life, that you have a right to go about living your life and arranging your life in such a way that you don't have it as part of your life. That you get to dictate what the behavior is and to watch people's behavior toward you to determine their real ulterior motives. And that includes women and men, family and friends, children, aunts, uncles, brothers, sisters, co-workers, supervisors. It includes everyone in your sphere of influence, everyone in your life. What is their behavior toward you? And watch your behavior toward others. If you love them, show it. Tell them. If you like them, show it. Tell them. And even get real specific about what you like about them, what you love about them. And if necessary, you can ask them what they like about you. And I bet you every time it's one of two things. It's how you made them feel and what you have done for them. Not in a doormat, overgiving, lack of boundary kind of way, but it's the behavior that you exhibited toward them or extended toward them that caused them to feel a certain kind of way. It caused them to feel a certain kind of way. I know for myself, when I look at how I like someone, it's about their behavior. What little thing did they do for me that showed that they cared? That showed that they cared about me. Yesterday, one of my coworkers, we have a new cafeteria system. I work at a college, and a new cafeteria system, and we have a new vendor who's providing lunch for us and for the students. And I didn't know what it was because I had been out for a while. And she, sent me an email about the new procedure for the vendor. She gave me an extra container to hold my food that you have to pay for from the vendor so that you can put your to-go food in it. To me, it's just all a way for them to cut down on costs rather than giving us a to-go container to put our food in every day. So they say, well, you buy this plastic container, supposedly sustainable plastic container for, I don't know, $10, $15, and then you put your to-go food in it, and then you wash it out and bring it back every day and blah, blah, blah. So she took her sweet time to tell me about this whole system, sent me an email on the process and the procedure that I didn't receive because I was out, gave me an extra container. And I said to her that she was so sweet to go through all of that, and then walked me over to the cafeteria to show me the new changes and different stations that had taken place while I was out. I was like, wow, I told that that was so sweet of her to do that. And it really was, but it was all in her behavior. You know, it was all in her behavior. So watch everyone's behavior toward you, and you will determine their intention if you're paying attention. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Please like, share, and subscribe to grow this channel so that other women will be aware that what we're talking about for mature women who want to date and marry or mate with a hypergamous man. Thank you for watching, and check out the Affirmation Journals on Amazon. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.